From an undisclosed location, MnRTV Live Show. For reasons, let's get on to the news. This show has been brought to you by the Montreal Anti-Illuminati Task Force in collaborations with the whole world that wants to fight the New World Order and the 13 bloodlines of the freaking Illuminati. Now let's get going. I'm juiced, and I'm ready for the power hour. Yes, let's get going.
All right, let's commence. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, so here's our blog, the MnR production blog for all the new people out there that want to know. This is it. You just go here, you click play, and you see us. Then there's Chitango right there. You know, to all you new people out there. So let's start with the pictures of the week. This one, Walmart.
Fires 2,200 people because of plumbing problems. No record of plumbers hired. another deceit by those freaking Illuminati.
Well, why would they do this now? That's the big question. What's their point of doing this? To fire plumbers they don't have? Is it because they're building something? We're going to get into that later on. Just stay tuned. We're going to get into more details in that. Next, this is chemtrails. This is contrails.
And I haven't been seeing any in the skies lately.
No, me neither.
I don't know about you. Have you seen any?
No, it's very quiet, but I'm sure people are seeing it because I see all kinds of people reporting on the conspiracy talk.
Yeah, for sure. So
next,
looking for terrorists, you might want to look in the mirror.
No, you know the real terrorists. Yes, those are the terrorists. These guys that go to the another country to fight the people that are, you know, living there and have a right to live. And these military people go there to kill them and make their lives miserable and take away their rights. Shame on them. And yet I have the vets that don't like me because I say this is wrong. But us we're not sheeple.
Everything is great. The government has the best interest in my mind. The she unquestionably accept as truth whatever the political leaders say. The scrutiny. People who don't think for themselves. That's true. People who believe whatever the political leaders are the worst ones around.
You think sheeple watch this show? I wonder.
So we do the show so some people could actually learn watching this show. It would be nice if they did.
So we've all I don't know. When
the
people,
next one is people say clouds stop fluoride today yet. I wonder if they had it though to say such a thing. What do you think?
Oh, I'm sure they've been drinking fluoride and sniffing chemtrails because that's what the people do. They like to do that kind of stuff.
They might as well sniff glue if they want to sniff chemtrails. Actually, the glue might be better than chemtrails.
All right, the next one.
Traffic cameras are about increasing revenue, not safety. That's true because they want to give traffic tickets to all the people.
Big Brother, eh? And turn it into a police state.
Big Brother right there, yeah. And they have microphones in there and cameras, and even I think even the speaker that I heard that in street lamps and they could tell you don't litter, pick up that piece of paper, pick up that piece of paper, in a voice like that.
Now this one, Disney and equals the Illuminati.
Oh yeah. Well, don't forget Disney is one of the top Illuminati. Well, no, they're not the top 13 families, but they're in there. Maybe the top 20. And look, and if you look at the picture, look what there's like some sexual connotations there.
It's subliminal messages that there are there.
Exactly.
Next, America, get ready. Something big is
Yes,
gonna.
police state. Yes, look at that. Look at those. Look at those barbarians. Look, thugs, and have nothing. And when the new world order's finished with them, they're just gonna discard them like they would discard us. These big, massive thugs with the big muscles and they think they can scare God. Let's see them go against God. But
How smart are they?
we can't blame them because they're homeless. Hey,
How smart are they? Now that's the question. Look at this,
what?
Rob. This. How smart are they? They're not smart. That's the whole
I've
thing.
been cut off again. Oh no, we can't blame them. But look, protect me, obey me. Yes, we've got to obey, or else it's what? Not good. Not good
No,
at
but
all.
that thing is here we're giving them the gun so that they can shoot us. That's the point.
Exactly.
Next.
Fluoride in the water in a concentration camp. Down is captives. Stifle their will to resist and make them completely fertile. About cavity? No, he didn't. That's the last thing.
Yeah, why did he do that? He didn't have to do it. It had nothing to do with cavities. It was to dumb down us the people, and they want to do that now in America and across the world. The next one.
And in Canada too. Wolves don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. That's not a nice looking wolf, that's for sure. Don't want to meet him.
Yeah, but it's because the wolf, the government, you think they sleep? They don't lose sleep. I mean, over our opinion. Nobody cares about our opinion. That's the point of this. Next, suivant.
Exactly.
Leak.
Leaked government secrets to his mistress, 2 years probation. Leaked video of war crimes, 35 years in military prison.
Yeah, so you see what happens there. The good guy always gets stiffed. All right, next. Asteroid to hit Earth on September 24, 2015.
What's this about an asteroid to hit Earth on September 24, 2015? I know it's going to be other events like the blood moon, the Pope to visit America.
No, I don't know. That we're going to get into.
And that one's going to be the Jewish Passover.
Yeah, we're going to get into it later on if we can get there, but I have information that could explain this if people stick around. All right, so we've on next. Slaves versus slaves. That's it. Cops versus us people. There you go. You see it. That's what it all comes down to. It's like the spectators. This is like them gladiators, gladiators. And then you had Caesar, who was just looking at the gladiators killing each other with the people. Well, that's what's going on here. What a disaster.
It is. And it ties into the police state. Don't you know that?
Yeah, for sure. So all this could be found on the MnR Productions, Mariolaur.blogspot.ca. Great bookmark it if you could. It's found even underneath each show that we do. It's there. All right, so now we're going to get to the conspiracy talk. That's what it's all happening.
Conspiracy on Facebook right now, and I put up either the blog done, and don't forget, folks, share this video, share it everywhere, watch it, share it with people that like this stuff, even people that don't like this stuff. They might learn something and actually like it. So share our video shows once they're up on YouTube.
All right, so now we're gonna get deep into the news, and because that's what people want to know. I mean, it's all about that, the news.
New protests in Baltimore. Police expect large crowds, and that's from CNN.
And which we don't really trust because this is mainstream.
Exactly. Cleaning up after Baltimore riots. People helped clean up a CVS pharmacy in Baltimore on Tuesday, April 28th, the morning after riots broke out during protests. On Monday, April 27th, the unrest followed the funeral for Freddie Gray, who died of a severe spinal cord injury he got while in police custody. There were more than 230 arrests, 144 vehicles,
Hmm.
structures, and fires. A city of Baltimore officials were on Wednesday for demanding change. The recent closer. What are your thoughts?
No, Rob, this sucks, man. I mean, they're doing this just to bring in the police state. That's what this is happening here. They want to make the America a police state. That's what my thought is. It can't be more clearer than that. You know, Big Brother is watching you. It's just more of a reason for them to want to do that.
Not a global. It's a global only that they want. In America, it's gonna be America.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna go to the next one here.
Yeah, I think could it be that we're lagging? I think we're lagging, eh?
Yeah, I know you seem to be lagging more than me, though. I don't know if I'm lagging.
Well, I don't hear you.
Well, I don't know. People say they hear me clear. What do people say? Now let's go to Chitango. Anybody saying? No, nobody's saying anything. That
Okay.
you know.
Okay. I guess there's a lag between the two computers. The host computer, which is yours, and mine.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking about and we're not lagging. Weird, eh?
Very weird.
Walmart and Dumbs are the closed Walmarts be activated as central command for underground operations. I do believe so.
But you know what? Here, and here.
By Susan Duclos.
Yes, but here the thing is, it's Walmarts aren't closing. Here it's future shops that are closing, and but they're turning into Best Buys because Best Buy had them. And the other store that's closing is there's another store that, oh yeah, Target. How could we forget? But we don't know if there's tunnels linking to Target, you know, and
If there's
those
any
stores
what?
are all closed. Targets.
Mm.
We don't know if those are closing or not.
What?
I mean,
I don't know.
we
In the
know
state,
that they're closing.
yeah.
I mean, Walmarts are not closing. That's what I mean. But Targets are closed, and some of them are still open, but they're closing, from what I hear. And also, we don't know if if they're linking them up with the Walmarts from the States. You understand? Like the tunnels that they're doing here. Look at the tunnels, Walmart underground
I don't
tunnels.
know.
Pardon?
Underground tunnel. Everyone's reading this is encouraged to click the link. The links provided research them and make their own determination. The maps below show the locations of the Walmarts that announced the sudden closings of all, which cited the reasons as plumbing issues. But I think,
Yeah.
but it's clear that they have closed with secret government facilities and the deep underground military bases. Now, could this be that they're having underground military bases because something coming on September 2015.
Exactly, exactly.
The asteroid coming. I bet that's what you were getting at, and we're thinking on the same wavelength right here.
And I'm sure our viewers are thinking the same way right now. You
Yes,
know? Yes, they're working on that
exactly.
because is Planet X coming? That's the question.
Uh,
Anyways,
uh,
well,
uh, yeah, exactly. Someone's asking how the police here in Canada. I don't think they're as bad as in the States just yet.
well, yeah, you know,
They're
but
not as
but
bad. But here in Quebec, they're starting to get. There was a lot of protests and everything, but it's not as bad as in the States. Not yet. So that's someone. I'm just answering someone in the chat room.
hmm, so that's it with the Walmart, the whole Walmart thing.
Yeah.
Now there's
And the
something.
next Chicago PD refuses to reveal use of Stingray to illegally monitor citizens. Now, this over here, right here, from Chicago Police Department. One eye. Federal, state, and local governments are increasingly doing that. They are doing all they can hide the activities from the citizenry. The latest example comes from the Chicago Police Department, same one with a secret black site constitution-free interrogation facility where officials are fighting to keep hidden information regarding how, when, and what officers employ covert cells. The city taxpayers have already sold out $120,000. Playing some games of Big Brother right there and then.
Yeah, they're monitoring us. They want to know more about us. They want to monitor us to stop us from what we're doing. Unfortunately,
Yeah, exactly. My friend, is it?
that's the Chicago Police Department right there for you.
Indeed, and
Yeah, now we're going to get to tattoos. These things.
tattoo, tattoos in the skin, the mark. Will you wear this beast tech digital tattoo that can read your mind and operate your devices? No, no, thank you. I don't want anything to read my mind. Over the next several years, we'll begin to see advanced biotechnologies hit the retail market. According to Tom Horn, author of On the Path to the Immortals, this beast tech could lead to the eventual extinction of the human race as we know it today. Google engineers, for example, are working on a life-extending technology that will directly modify our DNA to keep us alive longer. Some have suggested that in the near future it will not be out of the question to live for 150 years or more. The advancements are happening at such an incredible pace that it's difficult to keep up. I don't want a machine that's gonna have read our minds and do our devices. And what do you think? Our cell phones are becoming uh, alive. Like it does more and more, and it could also, and what these things can do is DNA modification that could
Yeah.
change us to cyborgs. And I don't think God wants us to become like a god, like a robot.
But that's their whole goal is to DNA modify us. But I don't know how that's going to help them though, since they want to get rid of a lot of people. This must just be for the elites to be DNA modify, get DNA modifications.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's interesting. Of course, people don't forget that all these links will appear in the description underneath the show when the show
Yeah,
gets recorded.
yeah, exactly. And
Hopefully.
don't forget to share the show. Share it with everyone.
Yeah.
Reason just fight back. How the U.S. crushed youth resistance. Traditionally, young people have energized democratic movements. So it is a major coup for the ruling elite to have created social institutions that have subdued young Americans and broken the spirit of resistance to domination. Young America, even more than older Americans appear to have acquiesced to the idea that the corruptocracy can completely screw them and that they are helpless to do anything about it. A 2010 Gallup poll asked Americans, do you think the Social Security system will be able to pay you a benefit when you retire? Among 18 to 24-year-olds, 76% of them said no. Yet despite the lack of confidence in the availability of Social Security for them, few people have demanded it to be shored up by more fair payrolling taxes. The wealthy most appear resigned to have more money deducted from their paychecks for Social Security, even though they don't believe it will be around to benefit them. I'm telling you, I think there's 90 million people in America that have no jobs.
And they want to close down the Walmarts.
Pardon?
And they're closing down the Walmarts.
Yeah, in the States, not in Canada, at least not yet. But remember what you said, when the states sneeze, we feel it.
We get the cold, never mind feeling it. We get the actual cold. So number one, Rob, it's student loan and debt.
Yeah. How America has society subdued student loan and debt.
That's number one. Number two.
Number two is psychopathologizing non-compliance. Yes, number two.
Number three.
Using antipsychotic drugs to subdue people. Makes me four. Number three, schools that educate for compliance and not for democracy. Number four, no child left behind and race to the top.
Number five,
shaming young people who take education but not their schooling.
Seriously.
Number six, the normalization of surveillance, and that's like one of the worst things that's happening. Like Facebook, our employers watching our Facebook, and parents using GPS in their children's cell phones. Number seven, television. Yeah, that's a way to dumb down the people and mass market everything that they want to do. Number eight, fundamentalist religion and fundamentalist consumerism.
So that's the 8 things. That's the 8 things right there. The reasons, the 8 reasons.
That's not good at all.
The next one.
FBI admits using fake forensic science to put hundreds of innocent people behind bars and have some sentenced to death.
See what they're doing?
Yeah, I do. The FBI engaged in a massive science-based conspiracy to alter and distort forensics evidence and has over 2 decades. The agency has not publicly admitted. The Justice Department and FBI have formally acknowledged that nearly every examiner in an elite FBI forensics unit gave flawed testimony in almost all trials in which they offered evidence against criminals. Defendants for over a 2-decade period before 2000, reports the Washington Post in a rare moment of truth. Astonishingly, 93% of the forensic scientists in the FBI hair analysis overstated forensic matches in which they favored prosecutors in more than 95% of the 268 trials reviewed so far. And that's supposed to be the cops? They are supposed to be helping us on our side? I do not think so.
No, they're not on our side. Well, they're probably brainwashed to do such a thing. That's what it all comes down to. They're just there for that. Now the next one that I'm going to be pulling up here, this is of interest for everybody that was saying about 2015. Yes. This deserves a whole show on its own, by the way.
Maybe we'll do one. Asteroid impact, apocalypse 2015, mass anxiety. as conspiracy theorists predict catastrophe. The claim that the U.S. government has information about an impending asteroid impact catastrophe, but is keeping the information secret to prevent mass panic, is spreading fast and causing growing anxieties among doomsday believers. Following a series of warnings from doomsday prophets, there is an increasing convergence of opinions among believers that an asteroid apocalypse will occur in September 2015. But while governments with privileged information are alleged to keeping the information secret, the elite are preparing secretly to survive the catastrophe, according to conspiracy theorists. There are several versions of the prediction of asteroid impact apocalypse being generated and circulated by the online conspiracy theory rumor mill, but the separate strands have converged to strengthen convictions among susceptible individuals exposed to the constant bombardment of doomsday predictions that the asteroid apocalypse will occur in 2015. The growing mass hysteria appears to have originated with a self-proclaimed prophet, Reverend Efrain Rodriguez, who claimed he sent a letter to NASA November 12, 2010, titled Letter to Space Agency, meteor headed towards Puerto Rico. In the letter, he claimed he received a message from God that an asteroid would soon be seen in the alarm system of NASA. Warning against ignoring the message, he instructed NASA to issue an alert so people can relocate. Well, I don't think that this is true. No, because what the letter says is, well, look, it says Armageddon, the NWO is getting ready for conference, but he claims God is sending that. God will not send that. So it's probably the devil.
I wouldn't worry about this, people. We're telling you not to worry here.
No, I wouldn't worry about it because it's probably just a quack who's going to be using this, you know. But look, there's a lot of stuff happening though, like the apocalypse would occur in 2015 because there's the blood moons and the Pope is visiting, and there's the Jewish holidays. So I don't know.
I say nothing will happen. Just like I said, nothing will happen in 2012.
Nothing would happen.
Nothing will happen with the Earth.
But it's always good to know. It's always good for people to see.
Well, yeah, but you hear it from us that we believe it's not going to happen.
Right.
This did happen, however.
Dying CIA agents admit to killing Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, well, she knew a lot of state secrets, didn't she? One of the most shocking Marilyn Monroe news stories to hit the entertainment industry in the past decade comes from Norman Hodges, a 78-year-old retired CIA officer who was recently admitted to Santara General Hospital. In his time there, he has made some of the most shocking confessions ever recorded by an ex-CIA agent. Among them, he admits to being part of a small group of 5 CIA agents tasked with carrying out assassinations. The only woman he says he ever assassinated, none other than blonde bombshell Marilyn Monroe, who he says was not killed so much for her ties to Kennedy, but he claims he had slept with Fidel Castro, making her a national security threat. Why? Why would she do such a thing?
I don't know, but that's why I put this, because I knew this is juicy information.
Yes, it is. The death of that she slept with Fidel Castro. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. I mean, it's gone and she's dead, so I'm not going to complain about this or make comments, but all I'm just going to say is why. But anyhow, she was killed for whatever reasons, but I heard she slept with both Kennedy brothers.
Right here it says, you see,
we had evidence that Marilyn Monroe had not only slept with Kennedy, but also with Fidel Castro.
So you heard that on this show, the first.
On the MnRTV Live Show, folks.
I mean, you can see it for yourself. That's why I'm just scrolling down.
The comments after.
Yeah, you could leave comments.
You put up the comments, yeah, because we're gonna have in the description. We'll put up comments, so write to us, tell us what's going on, share the show, and that's it for that. Next piece of good information: the scourge of Nazism in Ukraine. What millions died to defeat during World War II is now resurgent in Europe's heartland. Fascism lunatics in Washington installed over Nazis to run the newest client state. They're taking full advantage. They're waging naked aggression on Donbass at present low level ahead of renewing its full blowing. Hundreds of U.S. combat troops, trained killers, are working directly with Kiev's Nazi-infested National Guard and other extremist groups, teaching them the fine art of murder. Key Nazis want the opposition's elements eliminated, either killed, imprisoned, disappeared, or deported. They want unchallenged control. The Soccer reports they created a database of separatists and militants, etc. It's called Information for Law Enforcement Authorities and Special Services about pro-Russian terrorists, separatists, mercenaries, war criminals, and murderers. Anyone opposing fascist rules risks being eliminated one way or another.
Now you're seeing it there. You see what happens? The scale goes up and down. Now they want back in the Nazis. See that?
Yeah. It's not something good. It's not. I hope I don't see the return of this.
No, we don't want to see another Nazi coming.
No.
You know, because we don't need that. As humans, we're precious, we're needed, and we're wanted. Next.
And America lying about ISIS and everything. America's fraudulent Middle East adventures exposed.
There's a video.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, the Wall Street Journal ran an article about CIA training camps in Jordan. The exposed was a hoax. The WSJ is a Murdoch Israeli publication that was providing cover to the CIA Jordanian Israeli nexus supporting ISIS and al-Nusra against the Damascus government. The story in the WSJ describes lack of funding, total lack of ammunition and supplies, and told of a failed operation with few recruits and little U.S. involvement. There are massive weapons deported outside the Amman that supply ISIS and supply lines from the Red Sea ports of both Israel and Jordan that runs directly into the Dargah of Syria. Phony coalition. America's coalition of the willing war against ISIS has some weeks ago grown to a halt. The fall of Tikrit, the prelude to the fall of Mosul, was a move to strangle Mosul and begin softening up ISIS for the move against the capital. None of that has happened. U.S. air attacks on ISIS have ended. U.S. drones are no longer over Syria and Iraq. Most U.S. air assets are staying on the ground, while naval assets have moved south.
Why Yemen? I never will understand
More
Yemen.
propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what they're good for.
Exactly.
And there's a quote, and there you see it. I mean, we don't hear much of ISIS nowadays, do we?
No, not at all. No, we don't hear of ISIS at all. But
And Ebola.
And Ebola. But last year, that's how we heard it. ISIS, Ebola, ISIS. Who knows what we're gonna hear of, what they're gonna come up with next. But whatever they come up with, we'll be there, ready on top to report what is going on and expose.
Now this one, the title speaks for itself.
This prophetic Stephen Colbert video predicts California's water crisis. Another, what, they're talking about the water crisis here?
Yeah, there's a water crisis in California.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the show.
No, that always comes up on the show.
Comes up.
I mean, what did he predict? Why did he predict it?
Exactly. Does he know something that we don't know?
But you know what they say, water's the new oil.
And look at this. This video is not available in your country, in your location. Probably due to over polite attitude.
But it's serious, the water in California.
Exactly.
Very, very serious. You know, but he predicted it. Why? Did he know something? Of course he knows something.
Next article, Sex, Drugs, and Dead Soldiers. What U.S. Africa Command doesn't want you to know. A U.S. Marine during a field training in the of Dibojal in 2012 for years writes tourists as the U.S. military personnel moved into Africa in ever-increasing numbers. AFRICOM has effectively downplayed, disguised, or covered up almost every aspect of its operations, from the locations of its troops deployments to those of its expanding string of outposts. 6 people lay lifeless in the filthy brown water. 3 of the dead were American commandos. The driver, a captain named Whiskey Dan, was the leader of a shadow team of operatives never profiled in the media and rarely mentioned even in government publications.
You see all the propaganda that they're doing, and
exactly all these words, it's all a matrix.
It's sad that they do this. They shouldn't be doing this.
No, not at all. But they keep on doing it, and I don't know why. But we do know why. But
it's okay. People that keep drinking fluoride and sniffing chemtrails. Well, unfortunately. And last but not least, before we get Trish on, we must talk about
10 reasons why aliens are actually fallen angels or demons.
Now, we had this before, but it's always good to remind people because people don't know what aliens are.
Fallen angels. Yeah, the aliens of our time, master demons of fallen angels mentioned in the Bible in terms of the behavior. Like the Bible predicts, aliens never affirm the deity of Christ, nor do they claim to come in his name. Aliens change their stories to delude man into believing their lies. Number 3. Well, yeah. The aliens used to claim that they were from planets such as Jupiter in our solar system. As time went on, man learned more about our planets. We realized that no one could live on a planet like Jupiter, so aliens changed their story. Now they claim they're from other solar systems and star clusters as Andromeda or the Pleiades. Though aliens are said to be advanced, it seems they need us for their survival, just as fallen angels need human beings to prey on. Alien abductions are stopped by evoking the name of Jesus, and that's true in both our cases, right, Mario?
Mm-hmm. Me with the hat man and you with your sleep paralysis.
Yeah, and when I had the shadow crow coming after me. Aliens bring ideas to Earth that will help man unite and worldwide for new era of consciousness. Aliens often contact New Agers and occultists as opposed to Christians. Aliens are opposed to being worshipped by humans. They also deny their creator God, claiming instead that they are creators. They serve to draw man away from God. Aliens gives man technology, but these advancements are usually destructive. Yeah, they probably give the weapons of mass destruction. Why don't aliens ever give us life-saving technology?
Because
Number
they
10.
want us to live.
Yeah, I think the aliens are trying to kill me now by this coughing. Sorry, folks. Aliens often emit horrible odors such as sulfur.
Garbage.
And that's in the lake of fire.
Yeah, because that's where they come from. They don't come from outer space like people think. They come from hell.
Or no, other dimensions.
Or the underneath of the earth. Right?
But wait, do you hear it? Do you hear it? Do you hear her? It's Trish.
It's more her. Yes.
So folks, seriously, yeah, we're gonna go on a break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the police. I have a lot of information for you folks, so don't go away.
Yes, stay close by because there's a lot that our beautiful, wonderful Trish is going to be talking about.
So we'll be back very soon.
Here
so
she
don't go anywhere, folks.
89 film, State Police State, 1989 film. For the upcoming film, State Police State, 2015 film. Police state is a term denoting government that exercises power arbitrarily through the police. Originally, the term designated a state regulated by civil administration. but since the beginning of the 20th century, the term has taken on the emotional and derogatory meaning. When the inhabitants of a police state may experience restrictions on their mobility, or on their freedom to express or communicate political or other views, which are subject to police monitoring or enforcement. Political control may be exerted by means of a secret police force which operates outside the boundaries normally imposed by a constitutional state. To Robert von Moll, who first introduced the rule of law to German jurisprudence, contrasted the Rechtsstaat, legal or constitutional state, with the anti-aristocratic Polizeistaat, police state. 3 contents: hide 1 history of usage, 2 examples of states with related attributes, 3 fictional police states, 4 see also, 5 external links, 6 references. History of usage. Edit. The term police state was first used in 1851 in reference to the use of a national police force to maintain order in Austria. For the Oxford English Dictionary traces the phrase police state back to 1851. The German term Polizeistaat came into English usage in the 1930s with reference to totalitarian governments that had begun to emerge in Europe. 5.
Thank you very much, Trish. We couldn't have done it without you.
Exactly. All right, so we're back. Are you ready to start the main event of the show for tonight?
Yes, I am, Robert. I'm very ready. I'm ever ready.
Okay, and there's a lot of action tonight going on in the chat room, folks, and keep it going. We love when people discuss what's going on, and we have a lot of stuff too.
Yes, we do. Too much stuff, and I'm happy people are going. It's happening. People like what they're seeing, right?
And that means we're doing our job, and that's why we're here, to expose what's going on.
All right, so now I guess we should go to the first one of our topic.
And this was published 3 days ago. It's recent. We are in a police state right now. Americans warned to push back before it's too late.
So this is straight off the press.
Exactly. And there's the militarized police right there. Americans are increasingly living in a police state. And the road looks very bleak unless citizens stop being compliant and take their gun to Rutherford Institute President John Whitehead. Whitehead is the author of the new book, Battlefield America, The War on the American People. It's his second book on this issue. In 2013, he published A Government of Wolves, The Emerging American Police State. The issue is taking on additional urgency this week after an online article chronicled how police stormed into the homes of 3 supporters of Wisconsin government, Scott Walker, in the middle of the night, citizens to intense harassment simply for backing Walker's collective bargaining reforms in the state. None of them were ever charged. The government is watching everything you're doing, Whitehead said. We are in a police state right now. The question is, can we push back? I hope it's not too late.
No, it's never too late. As long as
but
people
if they disarm America, then it will be.
Yeah, but that will be hard to disarm. We have too many good fighters out there.
It would be like some kind of civil war that I would imagine would happen. Wait, don't. How many Americans know that the NSA is now downloading 2 billion of your emails a day, and American citizens' text messages? They admit to hacking into 160,000 Facebook pages a day to see what you're doing. Well, they know what we're doing.
Yeah, we have nothing to hide.
No.
On the conspiracy talk and everything.
I'm sure that there's a government paid trolls over there. But you see this police state is going to be just like 1984.
But that's their goal.
Yeah. But have you seen the movie 1984 or read the novel by George Orwell?
Well, you know me, I don't read. I just look at them. So I looked at the show. I looked at the movie, actually, not the show, but...
The movie, yeah. And yeah, and over here it just goes on to talk that right here that they download everything that you do on your cell phone. And did you know that people that take selfie nudies, they have that too? The NSA.
You can't really trust these. You can't trust anything online. Nothing.
You can't trust anything that's networked.
What's the point of life when we have to be living like this, Rob?
It's only going to be getting worse.
I know it is, but before it gets better. It's only going to get
It'll
worse
only get
before it gets better.
indeed. Oh, for sure.
Now you sent me this. What is this exactly?
This is look, it's policestateusa.com, and there's a whole bunch of articles, and I don't know, try to click on one link. They took it off. Now go down, I don't know, click on another link, like go down like randomly. Not the second, but another one. Any
Okay,
of them.
I
Yeah,
did. I am going.
exactly. Everything. The police
Hey,
state USA, they don't want that on. They're taking everything off.
Rob, you realize something?
What?
We spoke about this not too long ago on one of our shows.
Yeah. Great state filmmaker and his family found dead in apparent murder-suicide. Yes, we did.
You know, I think MnRTV Live Show is gonna hit a brick wall soon because we talk about all this. So don't be surprised if they take our shows down. And maybe that's why we're having all these problems recording and making, and it's like, whoa, I don't know, man. Pretty depressing. Do we go to another one? Because this is, yeah, it's a
Okay.
dead end.
It's a dead end, but I'm just saying that they're taking everything down on this site, policestateusa.com, and they're taking out the articles.
Hope they
Just
don't
like in
take out our show.
1984. They're just like in 1984, they would just erase your history. They would shoot, like a shoot. It would erase anything. They would. Yes, I've read Animal Farm in high school. 11 chilling facts about America's military police force. The war on terror has come home, and it's wreaking havoc on innocent American lives.
There we go again.
There's the goons. Look at them. The stormtroopers. The war on terror has come home, and it's wreaking havoc on innocent. Culprit is the militarization of the police. The weapons used in the war of terror that destroyed Afghanistan and Iraq has made their way to local law enforcement, while police forces across the country began a process of militarization complete with SWAT team and flashbang grenades when President Reagan intensified the war on drugs. The post 9/11 war on terror has added fuel to the fire. And look at that. Obama era police department has received tens of thousands of machine guns, nearly 200,000 ammunition, magazines, thousands of piece of camouflage and night vision equipment, and hundreds of silencers, armored cars. The result is that police agencies around the nation possess military-grade equipment, turning officers who are supposed to fight crime and protect communities in what looks like invading forces from an army. A military-style police raids have increased in recent years, with one count putting the number at 80,000 such raids last year. Whew, that's a lot. It harms and sometimes kills innocent people. It's true. I've heard of cases where it kills a lot of innocent people that were just there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it says that, and I'm not going to read it all because it's long, right?
Very long. We don't have all night, unfortunately.
Children are impact. As the case of Wilson shows, the police busting down the doors cares little about whether there's a child in the home. Another case profiled in the ACLU shows how children are caught up the crossfire while devastating consequences. In May, after the Wisconsin home had burned, the phone Sava family was staying with relatives in Georgia. And one night the SWAT team came in with flashbang grenades in the presence of kids, toys in the front. The police were looking for the father's nephew on drug charges. He wasn't there, but a 19-month-old named Boo Boo was there, and the grenade landed in his crib. Boo Boo was wounded in the chest and had third-degree burns. He was put in a medically induced coma. Oh man, this is sick. Go on, because this is making me sick.
Wait, Rob. I have a few comments to make here.
No, go ahead.
Police busting down doors, caring little about whether there's children in the home. Nazis did this back in the German times. Nazis did this, number one, right? We all know that. We discussed that. They get rid of the guns. That's the number one thing. That's what I've noticed that I find this very wrong. Just to remind people.
Yeah. Well, it is wrong.
And not only that, another thing too. They're doing it in the United States, right? In America, I believe. But they're also doing it now in Iraq and the countries they want to take over. What a shame. Anyhow, number 3.
Right there, number 3. The use of SWAT teams is unnecessary. In many cases, using militarized teams of police is not needed. The ACLU reported notes that vast majority of cases where SWAT teams are deployed are in situations where a search warrant is being executed to just look for drugs. In other words, it's not even 100% clear whether there are drugs at the place the police are going to. These situations are not why SWAT was created. It's true. Number 4, the war on terror is fueling militarization. It was the war on drugs that introduced militarized police to the U.S., but the war on terror has accelerated it. A growing number, I'm not going to read. Number 5, it's a boon to contractor profits. Exactly, because they need to make money. Number 6, border militarization and police militarization go hand in hand. The war on terror and war on drugs aren't the only wars helping police. There's also war on undocumented immigrants. Number 7, police are cracking down on dissidents. In 1999, massive protests rocked Seattle during the World Trade Organization's meeting. The police cracked down hard on the demonstrators using paramilitary tactics. Police fired tear gas at protesters, causing all hell to break loose. Number 8, asset forfeitures are funding police militarization. Yeah, that's happening.
Number 9.
Dubious informants are used for raids. Yeah, and local municipalities laws encouraging transparency and over. Number 11. No, number 10. There's late and oversight. Yeah, there's been no debate over. Communities of color bear the brunt. Wow, it's a long article. This.
No, it's only telling number 11. That's it.
Okay, because so these are the 11 reasons of what's going on with the military and the U.S. police state, and none of it is good.
No, it's not good. And when the United States goes down, the world goes down. That's why we have reason to want to bring this up. Because we care. Because we care.
Now we're getting into Canada. And here is our ruler right there. Is he the ruler?
He's Canada's Prime Minister.
Yeah. Harper's police state law. Passing it means death of freedom. And this is February 9th of February 2015. Fear, Harper 2015. And I remember when the events of October 22nd, when I was in lockdown at Parliament Hill, I remember who hid in a closet and who ran toward gunfire. The guy in the closet is now planning to concentrate the powers of the state in his own hands while converting the Canadian spy agency into a secret police with virtually unlimited powers. And at the same time, he has decided to demote the security team to perform its role heroically at the House of Commons security, led by former Sergeant of Arms Kevin Vickers, and put the RCMP in charge of Parliament Hill. Here is what Stephen Harper wants Canadians to think. We are facing massive terrorist threat. We must be very, very afraid, and we must not question any laws brought in allegedly to fight terrorism. Anyone who raises finicky, lily-livered concerns about civil liberties is a fellow traveler of ISIS. Here's the truth. We are not at war. We are at peace. Would Harper's most trusted lieutenant and Ministry of Foreign Affairs quit if that were true? Yeah, why would he? Why would he quit?
He's not going to quit.
Yeah, and don't forget the terrorism, the threat of terrorism, new law 61.
51.
We must be smart. It's really hard to think when paralyzed by fear. Any thinking of persons will stand up and oppose a C-51 with every ounce of our strength. That's how they broke the Toronto 18, the Via Rail plots, and the ISIS sympathizers in Ottawa. Well, I don't like ISIS any more than anybody else does, that's for sure. And I'm sure you feel the same way, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. They're not our friends. Question is who's really putting them up to all this?
Exactly. Cases for expanded powers, none. No one from security establishment has made a case for requiring expanded powers. C-51, the so-called Anti-Terrorism Act, creates new powers for CIS. CIS was created to keep the RCMP policing functions separate from intelligence works after the fiasco of burning down the barn in the FLQ sting operation. This bill gives CIS the power to do anything. Okay, not anything. It specifically says CIS cannot directly kill or harm people or violate the sexual integrity of an individual, but otherwise CIS will have a great set of sweeping powers.
CIA. Sorry, CSIS.
CSIS. What I keep saying CIS for? CSIS, yeah.
CSIS.
CSIS, yes, CSIS is no good, that's for sure. And they do treason, espionage. Serious harm.
They're Canada's version of the while the United States has a CIA, well, us we have CSIS. I forget what it stands for. Canadian Civil Intelligence Service or something like that. I don't know. Or service or whatever.
That's it.
There's somewhere in all of that there's intelligent. The I stands for intelligent. Intelligent. Anyhow,
Yeah. Now we go down. Depth of freedom. Let me see. Here's what I could say with this section of Prime Minister. Climate change is surely a threat to public safety and the economic stability of Canada. So let's launch CSIS at messing with the heads of all those in the fossil fuel business. Install malware, implicate them in bogus pornography charges, break and enter, and see if they have been hiding the patent for photovoltaics, electric vehicles, better batteries, a secret police at the PMs, beck and call. Oh yeah, really nice.
Telling you, sometimes I feel like taking all this technology and removing myself out and throwing everything out the window and saying, screw you, you guys are not getting me, and that's it, and that's all.
Exactly, but now they're making it that we need the internet.
Yeah, because we got to do banking. That's why they use the excuses banking.
Exactly.
All right, next.
All right, now, what's this? Counterpunch. Oh yeah, you have to go down.
There we go. This.
Yeah. The reasons for those prisons are being built. Police State Canada. Back in 2006, the newly elected Prime Minister of Canada, right-wing conservative Stephen Harper, warned that you won't recognize Canada when I'm through with it. After 9 grueling years, that's already true in many ways, but now Harper is going to even further in his remake of the country. Under new and pending legislation, Canada is moving rapidly towards the creation of a police state with major curtailments of civil liberties. In recent weeks, the hyper-conservative have introduced several pieces of legislation that run roughshod over Canadians' Charter of Rights and freedoms of conservative constitutional rights, giving draconian powers to Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS, right there.
There you go. You see, we corrected ourselves.
Yeah, and the way I was pronouncing it.
CSIS. There we go.
The bill C-13, the highly unpopular online spying legislation, which received royal assent on December 9, 2014. The bill allows warrantless internet surveillance through the collection by CSIS of Canadian everyday internet use. The bill contains broad new police powers, including several new warrants for surveillance tracking and gathering of bank information. Bill C-13 has been vehemently opposed by more than 60 Canadian organizations. I know I signed up for it. Open Media, as David Christopher says. And then there's Bill C-44, which expands surveillance by CSIS globally, with granting anonymity protection of CSIS information and allowing for new conditions. The Bill C-639 introduced on December 3rd, which impinges on the Constitution's right of assembly, would criminalize people exercising their democratic rights and protest under C-51, the Anti-Terrorism Act 2015. They are crucial for Canadian protests in North Gateway pipeline from Alberta to northern BC, Enbridge's Line 9 reversal from southern Ontario to Montreal, Trans-Canada proposed East End pipeline from Alberta.
I mean, never ends, does it?
No, it doesn't. You know, it's just getting worse and worse. I'm not going to read all of these ones, but look at that.
That's just a big list.
The list just keeps going on, and from tactics to dictators. Yes, that's what it's becoming here.
Yeah, it is dictatorship. We don't have a say. They don't care about what we gotta say. I bet you they're not even watching the MnRTV Live Show to find out what's happening.
But the thing is, we're getting an election next year, aren't we? Well,
yes, we are.
Fall.
Yes, we are.
So
and I bet you he'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope, I hope we can get a different government, but all governments are all the same one way or another.
Yeah, we can't trust the government. We can't trust another human being to take control and to leave our lives in control for them to take care of. Next.
Towards Police State Canada, Anti-Terrorism BC, Bill C-51 to be adopted by Parliament. And here it's a show just about this, and there's an audio. You could click on the audio format.
But unfortunately, we can't make you hear it, so you're gonna have to listen to it when the show gets recorded.
Now, don't listen to it now. Canada's so-called Anti-Terrorism Act was introduced to Parliament on January 30th, 2015. But did this law actually pass now, or is it still being debated?
I think it's still being debated,
yeah.
But you'll go through. You watch and see.
I just hope that it's not gonna pass. Because we forgot, we're probably being watched by CSIS right now.
Yeah, you think they enjoy watching us? You think they're laughing at us, saying, "Look at these guys. What are they trying to prove?"
Of course they are. With us drinking coffee and drinking water and.
Okay, let them laugh.
Yeah, and is that you laughing, or maybe it's them laughing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Them laughing. That's how they laugh, right?
So in other words, they're making this bill C-51 anti-terrorist, but who are they calling terrorists? Are they calling us terrorists because we're talking bad about the criminals, which are our leaders, elites, leaders, and whatever?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the whole point of all of this. That's why this is very crucial that people understand what exactly is
And Bill
happening out there.
51 for our Canadian viewers.
They need to know what's happening out there.
And hopefully, if there's any Canadian people watching, you can share this to let the people know, because I'm sure that most people don't even know about what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a lot of people in the United States, there's going to be a whole darn bunch of them in Canada too.
Rob, sweep on next with this one.
Yes.
Sweep on next. Next. Now we're going back to Jade Helms, right?
15, yeah. Police State, USA, Deanna Pos Comitus. Earlier this year, U.S. retired non-commissioned Special Forces officer Tom Meade addressed the Howard County, Texas Board of Supervisors on the Jade Helm 15 military and law enforcement exercise that will be taking place across the southern United States in summer 2015. What is Jade Helm? Meade asked. Jade Helm is a challenging 8-week exercise truly in the Martin and Howard County area. We've only going to be here for about 5 to 5.5 weeks. The 8 weeks come in where there's a preparation and planning that's happening back in Florida and in the Mississippi area. The exercise is a joint military interagency. What this means is that we have units from every military service participating in the exercise with us. And we have also some of our interagency partners, such as the FBI and the DEA, and some of the other agencies assisting. The exercise is going to 7 states. Meade continues. There's a video right there for people that want to know about what's going on, but I'm sure our viewers know, but our new viewers, because this is a worldwide transmission all over the internet.
Because the world wants to know what exactly is happening through the eyes of the MnRTV Live Show, not mainstream stuff.
That's right. Even the RAND Corporation has suggested that the U.S. military has no clear criteria concerning when and how posse comitus applies to exercise, such as Jade Helm. I don't know. I got a feeling something's gonna happen, eh? With all of this,
by definitely
now in the summer or something, and something not good.
I'm telling you, I know something about this. Something is about to happen. But the question is, are we ready for things to happen? That's the question here. People out there, do they care about what's about to happen?
Exactly. U.S. is the worst police state in the world by the numbers. A black agenda radio commentary with Glenn Ford. There's no way getting around the fact that the United States is the mother of police states. China can't compete in the incarceration business. With 4 times the U.S. population, it imprisons only 70% as many people, about the same numbers as the non-white prison population of the U.S. Even worse, 80,000 U.S. inmates undergo the torture of solitary confinement on any given day. U.S. is the worst police state in the world by the numbers. When U.S. corporate media operatives use the term police state, they inadvertently mean some other country. Even the so-called liberal media, from Democracy Now! To the MSNBC menagerie, cannot bring themselves to say police state, and the United States without putting the qualifying words like or becoming in the middle. The U.S. is behaving like a police state, they say, or the U.S. is in danger of becoming a police state, but it is never a police state. Since these privileged speakers and writers are not themselves in prison because what they write and say represent no actual danger to the state, they conclude that the U.S. police state does not at the time exist. Now, they can't actually say it exists because they might be in prison.
So it's not really the land of the free, like everybody says, and the beautiful American anthem says the land of the free. Somehow it does say the land of the free and the land of the brave, I think it is. So it's not that they're lying to you. You guys are just repeating that you're free, but you're not free. You're far from being free. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no such thing as freedom.
And it would surprise me if our show gets tonight's episode gets like canceled or whatever, because I remember Jesse Ventura's show Conspiracy Theory. His police state got banned. I don't know if it's on the internet now, but I remember it was always getting taken off.
No, they will take off this show for sure. So
on top of this episode.
Yeah, this episode, yeah.
So get it out there, folks. Just get it out there.
It's unfortunate that they don't want us to know the truth.
No, they don't.
I don't know. Is there more to this, Rob, or what?
No.
No, because I'm just going.
Yeah, no. These are the comments by people. We're not going to start reading people's comments, but yeah. The thing is, we want people to wake up to what's going on.
Okay, and last but not least for tonight, unfortunately.
The Illuminati, my God, time flies by when you're having fun. The Illuminati blueprint for global enslavement endgame. What do the Illuminati elite really want? Many believe they have the answer, and it all seems so simple. Rich beyond measure, they want more money. Already more powerful than the kings of old, they desire even more power. And being psychopaths and control freaks, they seek to establish a seamlessly police state, the better to control and imprison anyone who breaks the arbitrary rules. So that is money, power, control is the sum of what they want. Alex Jones is a good friend of mine and a dynamic radio show host and courageous patriot and indisputably one of America's greatest researchers of chronicling the growth and dangers of the police state, has come forward to warn that there's even more to the elite conspiracy. Yes, he documents these evil plotters do strive to establish a police state. In which levels? They control the levels of power to further enrich themselves. And there's Alex Jones' Endgame's blueprint. Did you see it?
No, well, I may have seen it.
I don't know if Alex Jones does any work like this anymore, but that was like groundbreaking works. His seminal work was great back then. Why the bloodlust? But why? Why this bloodlust on the part of the Illuminati? Why are they obsessed with the urge to commit mass murder? It is a fact that the elite have long been sponsors of global depopulation schemes. The Rockefellers funded Margaret Sanger's eugenics programs and helped her set up Planned Parenthood. George Herbert Walker Bush, as a young congressman, served as head of the Rockefellers' Zero Population Growth Organization. The stage set as CNN founder Ted Turner explained as to wipe off the face of the earth some 5.1 billion inhabitants, leaving only 500 million alive. Now it comes from, you know what, Mario?
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia Guidestones. Plans set for massive exterminations. Extensive detailed plans have been devised to carry out this mass extermination. Lists have been made up to disposable and the sites of killing factories have been chosen. A system of gulag camps will someday be fulfilled with selectees. Do you think we're going to be selectees?
I don't know. I could tell you one thing, okay? I could tell you one thing. This is no fairy tale.
No.
You don't want this to happen.
No, exactly. We don't want this to happen. And yeah, you could go down. They just want to torture people. I mean, Operation Phoenix in Vietnam. The United States has been actively researching the field of death science in Vietnam. Special Human Army forces abducted, tortured, and murdered up to 150,000 mostly innocent Vietnamese citizens under Operation Phoenix. Everything done was input into computers and is now database used to operate the so-called rendition torture camps run by the CIA, Israelis, Mossad, and U.S. Army in Iraq, Guatemala, and in Belarus, Kazakhstan, Poland, Israel, Ethiopia, Diego Garcia, and other locations around the world. There's a lot going on that people don't know. And look what it shows inside Abu Ghraib prison. Look at this gruesome torture. Live rape, torture, and snuff murders are sent via cable TV from U.S. torture centers in Iraq and around the world to the Pentagon and White House. And I bet they enjoy it. I bet they watch that as we will watch a football or hockey or soccer game.
Or wrestling.
Oh yes, we can't forget wrestling. 9/11, a pre-planned murderous operation. Moreover, anyone who thinks Bush and Cheney did not know in advance that some 3,000 unsuspecting victims will perish in 9/11 in the U.S. World Trade Center. It was deduced himself. The Israeli Mossad and CIA made videos of the entire operation. In New Jersey, Mossad agents were seen just across the harbors from New York City on top of buildings with video games, filming the jet airliners as they smashed the towers. The March of Death. The Illuminati's March of Death, as I call it, revealed in advance the satanically prophetic textbooks of terrors, the protocols of learned of elders of Zion, read what the Zionist monsters said they were going to do, and ask yourself, hasn't this already happened in many places? Will it happen again? There remains a small space to cross the whole long path as we trod in is ready now to close its circles, the symbolic snake by which we symbolize our people. When the ring is closed, we'll be all locked into coil as a power vice. And that's how they're doing it, folks, through the police state. That's the New World Order's plan. It's all coming to fruition as we speak. And the Goyim, the Gentiles, they want to wipe most of us out or enslave us.
That's according to the protocols of elders of Zion.
Yeah.
Look into that.
The protocols of elders of Zion. In fact, it reads just like a paper, a newspaper. Why? Revealed in the Holy Bible and behind scenes, it was revealed they want you dead. Of course, in the Bible, it does talk about what's going on. In Proverbs 8:33-36, the Lord Himself tells us in the sage verses, blessed is the man that hurt me, watching daily at my gates. For whose findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But then he adds something so profound it chills the soul. But he then that sinned against me wrath his own soul, and all that they hate me love death. So all that hate him, they love death. Hate God, and I love death. The scriptures be fulfilled. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Revelations 13:9-10, 9-10. Endgame by Alex Jones, as we said before. And who's the Goyim? We are the Goyim.
I wonder if you could still buy this in the stores.
Of course, yeah. You probably could buy it in Infowars.com and probably other places. I've seen, you could even stream it. I've streamed it. Well, I don't know if is YouTube considered streaming?
Wow. Yeah, you could say, well, not streaming, but you watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on YouTube many years ago, back in 2010 when I started first researching this. Alex Jones and all of this stuff. You remember you used to call me and I'd be deep into research.
Yeah, how could I forget?
You'd be calling me day in, you'd be calling me and I'd be doing hours of research and you'd be saying, are you finished? I go, no, I found something else, But Is that it for the articles?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so come back on.
Want me to come back? Ease on.
Yes.
All right, so here I am. I'm back.
Now you have. Now I see you. Now we see you with the coffee.
Just when the show is about to end.
Exactly. So yeah. So any final thoughts about the police state? Any closing comments?
What can I tell you? It's coming. It's no fairy tale. And just keep your eyes open because we could all make a big difference. All of us out there. You know who you are. You're all very important.
Yeah, they could make a difference, and that's why we stress, share the show, put it everywhere you can, share it in groups, share it with your friends, share it with your family, your loved ones, anybody, even people that don't know about this stuff. It might wake them up and get them interested because we got to get the word out. So share the MnRTV Live Show with everybody because that's why we do this show. We don't do this show to look at each other to say, oh, what we're doing a show. It's not that. It's we want to expose, wake up the sheep. Even if 10 people a day wake up, that's 10 more people to fight the New World Order and expose the 13 bloodlines, the 13 Illuminati.
Yes.
Thank you, Leland. We appreciate what you said in the conspiracy and in the chat room. It's very kind of you.
Yes, because we always appreciate coming on here and doing the show for all you people out there. Because you all people out there,
Last week we couldn't do a show because we were having some kind of difficulties, and they were asking why we didn't do a show. But we try and come on every week, as long as you'll have us and keep on watching. You know, I mean, that's why we do the show, for people to watch and to share. And don't forget to share. That's the key word. Tonight's key word is share our video so people can know.
And another thing too, I must tell you, is if the technology out there permits us from doing this show, then we can get things going. You know, the wheels are in motions.
But the thing is, tonight I had so much trouble coming on, and you know, around 7:05, I was on camera, off camera, and it's just a bit before it started screwing up. Isn't that weird?
It's signs that the police don't want you to do this. The guys in charge of the police state, should say, not the police, but the people in charge of the police state. They don't want you to do this show. They don't want us to do this show.
They probably want to put us in gulags or something, don't they?
Yeah, for sure. I tell you, they want us going there. But we're going to try and continue and keep up giving you the stuff you really want to know.
Exactly, because a lot of people, all they think of is, okay, what's the next sports game? What's the next iPhone? What's the next Samsung phone? What's the next this? What's the next that? And it gives nothing, because, you know, what can a cell phone do 2 years ago that it's going to do now? Little bit more things, but it won't change anything. So I don't get it why people are so fascinated by getting the latest product. It must be like a turn on. Yes, I got it. It must be some kind of power. But if they turn their energies into what's really going on, that they live in a box and that their country is getting into a police state, they would realize, like they fight for the iPhone. If they fought against what's going on with the Illuminati are planning, there might be a chance.
Yep, and the cell phone. Let me tell you something about the iWatch. You cannot do an MnRTV show live, an MnRTV live show with them iWatch. You can't. I'm telling you. Even if you try, it will not work.
Now, folks, another thing. I think they could rewatch the show right now, but we don't want them to. We don't want them to share the show because we still have to do a few adjustments to the show, right?
Yes, and that's why we gotta let you go.
As soon as the show ends, don't go and share the show right now, because we have to do a few adjustments to cut off like the problems and that, you know, because people are gonna say, what kind of, if they see that, they're gonna say, what kind of show is this, you know? So we have to do some few adjustment, folks.
All right,
So
that's it. We're out of here.
But anything else? So,
No.
folks, do not worry. We'll be back next week, hopefully. And without you, we'll be talking to ourselves, and which we don't want to do, but sometimes we do. So we'll come back next week. So have a great one, folks. God bless you, and thank you for coming on the MnRTV Live Show. Hit the music.
Thank you for watching, everybody, because you people are the best. Don't you forget that. All right, have a good night. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. God bless you.